All right, all right, all right. And here we are in Canton Akron Regional Airport. And it's another local excursion in the morning before work here. Trying to get some airtime in. The sun is coming up to the east and it looks gorgeous this morning. The weather's finally warming up. All right, we're gonna go do a little eastbound run today. I'm gonna call this Raiders and Reservoirs this morning. So, I don't have a lot of time. May not even be able to finish this flight this morning. Let's hop inside and get everything started here right away. Played. I had things I thought I had to do. I'll check the chocks off and the tie downs off. Everything else should be ready to go. I'm gonna do our fuel. We don't need a lot of fuel for this, so we're gonna put in 25%. And take my old dog Shay with me. I dreamed about her last night, and we're gonna take some snacks or something, so we'll put a backpack in the back today. And should be good. Right. Other than that, we're ready to go. Close our tablet. And get back in the pilot position here. Take the steering wheel away, and we'll turn the power on. And normally I would not start the plane until I call for clearance, but today we're going to speed things up a little bit so everything comes up at the same time. Hopefully we can get up in the air. So let's go ahead and we'll set the fuel tank to the pilot side for now. Since I am heavier, we'll take some of the weight off this side of the plane first. Mixture set to rich. Fuel pump are in the green. So let's go ahead and turn our beacon light on. I get better about in the habit of doing this at least. Beacon lights on. We're gonna prime the engine now. Make sure the throttle is correct. Make sure all of our stuff is working before we get up in the air. Okay. All of our sim parts are functioning. Yeah, let's go ahead and prime the engine 3 times. Usually does the trick. Throttle's cracked. Let's turn the magnetos over and start her up. I did not yell clear prop even though I opened the window. See, you don't do something and you get out of the habit real fast. That's why they're always saying you gotta go over all these lists. Alright, the engine's up and running. Everything sounds good. We're a little high. I'll bring my idle down to about 1200 RPMs here. And everything's slowly warming up. All of our circuit breakers were in this morning. Let's go ahead and turn the avionics on. I started turning some of this on. Standby, radio on. Set this to 118. Decimal 6. Typically departure. Okay, we can turn the landing lights on now, nav light, and I don't have a strobe or anything. Taxi lights. Comms are coming online here. Let's go check the ATIS, which is 121.05. need? 0.5. Oh my gosh, I gotta go all the way around. Does it have the fast thing on it? Not really, huh? A little faster, maybe. Oh yeah, you can just drag it. There we go. It's a little sim trick.
R0 at 4. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 14, dew point 11. Altimeter 2985. Density altitude 1400 feet. Advise on initial contact, you have information mic. Akron-Canton Regional Airport, information mic. 0951 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 2319. Wind 240 at 4. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 14, dew point 11. Altimeter 2985. Density altitude 1400 feet. Advise on initial contact, you have information.
Oh, I have my mic off.
1 second for that clearance.
I just requested clearance. Muted myself. The sneeze. My allergies are always a little bad this time of year.
On departure, maintain VFR at or below 3000. Departure on 118.6, squawk 2661.
On departure, maintain VFR at or below 3000. Departure on 118.6 and squawk 2261. Piper Sierra Alpha Echo Kilo.
Piper Echo Kilo, read back correct. Ground is on 121.7. Safe flight, sir.
Contacting ground on 121.7. Have a good day. Alright, let's get ground. Ground, this is Piper Sierra Alpha Echo Kilo at parking 6A. Request taxi to runway with information mic.
Piper Echo Kilo, runway 23, taxi via Echo.
Runway 23, taxi via Echo. Piper Sierra Alpha Echo Kilo.
Piper Echo Kilo, contact tower on 134.75. Have a good morning.
Contacting tower on 134.75. Have a good day. Let's go ahead and we'll set our mixture to lean. And we are ready to taxi. Head tracking on. I should have looked around first. I'm rushing too much. I'm not going to squeeze this flight in this morning, but I'm still going to go out for a little bit. But we will probably have to hold this off for another day. Small planes out today. Got this fuel truck over here messing around on the ramp. Morning, guys. Yeah, we're going this way too. Hold on, did I switch the tower yet? Piper Sierra Alpha Echo Kilo, holding short runway 23, ready for departure to the east. Gosh, it's a beautiful morning
Alpha
here.
Echo Kilo, Akron-Canton Regional Airport Tower, runway 23, winds 240 at 4, cleared for takeoff.
Look around. Winds 240 at 4, clear for takeoff. Piper Sierra Alpha Echo Kilo.
Approaching runway 23.
Alright, runway 23.
3 remaining.
Go ahead and set our mixture to rich. Turn our fuel pump back on. Landing lights are already on. I like to see the yoke when we take off. It's me thing. Alright, here we go. Let me get in position. I did not set my squawk code, did I? Where they told me to squawk 2261. On. Comms are on. Departure is 118.6. We have it saved in the comm 2 if we need it. As soon as we're in the air, thing looks good. We're gonna take off and then head to the east. So we want to climb to 2,500 feet today. I think they told me to hold at. They usually tell me 2-3. He said 3,000 today, at or below, so perfect. All right, up on the throttle, toes off the brakes. We'll give tower a wave. Let's get up in the skies, man. Slowly bringing up the throttle. Tiny bit of left rudder today. Pulling back. There we go, we're up in the air. Very misty this morning. Very hazy out there. Okay, look at about 2,000 feet here. Fuel pump off. And the landing lights are off.
Piper Echo Kilo, contact departure.
Contacting departure. Have a great day, Piper Echo Kilo. Piper Sierra Alpha Echo Kilo at 2,400 feet, traveling 90 knots, going 230 degrees. Bring our throttle back.
Piper Sierra
Into
Alpha
a
Echo
cruise
Kilo,
position,
Akron-Canton
altitude
departure.
here.
I'm not seeing your transponder. Confirm squawking 2661 mode CI den one more time for me.
They didn't have the right squawk code in there.
Approaching runway 2.
Piper Sierra Alpha Echo Kilo, ident and squawking 2661.
Piper Echo Kilo, radar contact, due southwest of Akron-Canton Regional Airport at 3,000 feet. Akron altimeter 2985.
2985. And now we gotta head to the east. So we wanna follow 77 down here. There's the airport off our left wing. Those beautiful reflections all across the water this morning. Gorgeous.
Conquest 0 November X-ray, contact Toronto Center on 132.7.
132.7 for Conquest 0 November X-ray.
Temperatures look good, everything's in the green. Let's turn our pitot heater on. 77 and 30. Getting close. We're gonna pass over the Rock Hall again, or I mean the Football Hall of Fame. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's right up the road too. I like recognizing people's achievements in this area of Ohio. Kinley Monument.
Sky Courier 8 Uniform Yankee, contact Toronto Center on 132.7.
132.7 for Sky Courier 8 Uniform Yankee. Good day.
Well, we're gonna follow 30 East here.
Since we're in the skies near Canton, Ohio, let me tell you about the city itself. Canton was founded in 1805 and is probably best known as the home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The city played a big role in early American industry, especially in manufacturing and steel. President William McKinley, the 25th President of the United States, called Canton his home, and you can still visit his impressive memorial here. Canton is also famous for its beautiful parks and tree-lined neighborhoods, which look especially lovely from the air. So if you spot a patchwork of green below, that's the city showing off. And here's something. Canton was once known as the Utica Shale Capital, due to its role in the natural gas boom.
Get out here to where 30 ends. We used to live right here for a while. Ends here. It definitely does not look like the old neighborhood.
Kilo, I need to amend your flight. Can you tell me your destination?
Piper Sierra Alpha Echo Kilo. Destination is Canton Akron Regional Airport. I live right there, basically. Oh. That's a little homes.
Piper Echo Kilo, understood. Destination updated to KCAK.
Lost my head tracking here a little bit. This light beam is pretty intense coming in the windshield. This will help. I never do that in the sun. Don't really want to block the view, you know, but it does work. Look at that. It's pretty cool. You know, those little touches. It's a great time to be a simmer, man. believe all of this area here is considered the Minerva area. We're flying over now, or where we're supposed to be.
Since we're flying near Louisville, Ohio, let me tell you about this charming small town. Louisville was founded in 1834 and is often called Constitution Town because it celebrates Constitution Day every year with a big festival. Talk about loving the law. The town is known for its picturesque neighborhoods and the Nimishillen Creek, which winds its way through the area and is quite a sight from above. Louisville is also home to Metzger Park, a favorite local spot for families and outdoor lovers.
Yeah, Metzger Park is nice. When my dogs got old, they had some hip and some joint issues. And they had some really nice, real easy, just, you know, bitty walking paths through that park. And they couldn't get out on the trails anymore. Well, problem with this is there's no good reference in this area, and with the sun coming in, I had a feeling I was gonna lose track of where I was, but I see those lakes to the left and ahead of us, and that's the direction we need to be going. I think the city of Alliance should start kind of appearing in front of us here. Just not exactly sure where we're coming in. I believe we're coming in where we want to be. We're looking for Mount Union College. We have a big stadium that's easy to recognize. I think we're coming up over the street into town. That looks like a park down there, so I think we're on the right track. Can't remember the name of this road, Union Avenue. This does look like 8th Street. That's the hospital. There's the stadium. It's just not rendered that big here. This is Mount Union College area. And the Alliance Community Hospital's down there, I believe. We're right on track. Not even, where is that? Alliance High School. That's Alliance. Here's Mount Union. There's their field. It's a little further south. That's Mount Union. Okay. This is the city of Alliance. Wow, we came right up where we were supposed to be. That was awesome.
Departure JetBlue 420, climbing 3,000 feet for 5,000 feet.
JetBlue 420, Cleveland
Slow
departure, radar
arcing
contact,
arch.
climb and maintain flight level 260.
Okay, let's watch our elevation. We stayed pretty good.
60, JetBlue 420.
Alright. Roughly we're only going about 30 degrees-ish. We're heading toward those lakes out there, which is the Berlin Reservoir.
Moxie 408, 2,000 for 4,000.
Moxie 408, radar contact, climb and maintain 9,000.
Climb 9,000, Moxie 408.
cranking this poor warrior. Used to work in that building right down there. There's a red brick building. A
Since
lifetime
there
ago.
aren't any major landmarks right under us, let's talk about Alliance, Ohio, the city we're flying over. Alliance is known as the Carnation City because it was once the leading producer of carnations in the United States. Every year, the city celebrates with the Carnation Festival, which has been a tradition since 1960. Imagine a parade of flowers from above. Alliance is also home to the University of Mount Union, founded way back in 1846, which has a beautiful campus that's easy to spot from the air.
133.075 for Spirit Wings 884. Good day.
Zero direct AR, then is miles, please.
Do these flights. I could just get rid of it. We don't use it on these flights.
November
These comms are
716 Mike
actually
Lima,
faster.
contact Cleveland Center on 120.6.
120.6.
Yeah.
November 716 Mike Lima.
Nothing on that today.
Final JetBlue 420. 420 request flight level 310.
JetBlue 420, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Maintain flight level 310, JetBlue 420.
I grew up on this lake. I have probably jumped off every bridge on this lake. Kayaked a lot of it and boated the rest.
Frontier Flight 207, contact Cleveland
Fished.
Center on 120.775.
120.775. E Frontier Flight 207.
Stunning out here in the morning. I grew up just out there in that flat land you see, where the sun's coming up over the horizon. Not much around me. Only a few miles from here. I didn't appreciate it as a kid. Chasing those big city dreams. But I was pretty lucky, man.
Piper Echo Kilo, contact Youngstown approach on 133.9 or 5.
Piper Sierra Alpha Echo Kilo, contacting Youngstown approach on 113.9 or 5. Good day. Piper Sierra Alpha Echo Kilo at 3,600 feet, traveling about 100 knots, going 160 degrees.
Piper Sierra Alpha Echo Kilo, Youngstown approach. Good morning, Berlin Center, altimeter 2983.
Altimeter 2983, Piper Echo Kilo.
Since we're in the skies near Berlin Center, Ohio, let me tell you about Circle C Airport, which is just below us. Circle C Airport is a small, privately owned airstrip that serves general aviation pilots and is a great example of the many grassroots airports that keep aviation alive in rural America. These little airports are often where future pilots take their first lessons, and where you might spot everything from vintage tail draggers to the occasional crop duster. They're also known for hosting fly-ins and pancake breakfasts, because nothing says aviation community like eating pancakes next to your plane. If you look down, you might even spot a few hangars and maybe a windsock doing its best impression of a weather forecaster. It's these small strips that make flying in the U.S.
Air Shuttle 3991, contact Cleveland Center on 120.775.
I don't have time to finish this flight, so we're going to have to deviate our flight plan this morning. And we are going to go fly into the closest airfield we are is the Alliance Miller Airfield. Let's see, it should be, I think this is it here on our map. I'll get over here. We can get going in the right direction here. And it shouldn't be too far ahead. Let me get on the comms. And we'll see if we can get our head tracking corrected here. I don't know what happened to that. Okay, there we go. We're gonna have to contact them and see if we can put her down there today. And we'll have to fly home later. See if I can get information for this come up. Let's use the end-game flight planner here. 43G.
Piper Echo Kilo, contact Cleveland approach on 118.6.
Piper Sierra, Alpha Echo Kilo, cancel flight following. Miller Airport, Piper Sierra, Alpha Echo Kilo, inbound, runway 27, 2 miles, on base for final. Let's go ahead and get ready to land. We need to get lined up here. The runway will be off to our left. See if we can spot it from here. Oh, it's right there below us. We were closer than I thought. Miller traffic, Piper Sierra, Alpha Echo Kilo on left downwind, coming in runway 60. We're using multi-comets just to let people know in the area that we are here. I don't see any traffic. I don't hear anything on the comms. But you do have to watch. They do a lot of skydiving out of this airport. I used to go out kayaking on these back channels of the lake here and watch the skydivers come down. Land up probably in this field. It's pretty close to wherever the airfield is. I should probably be studying the caravan in hopes that I could work there someday. I'm pretty sure that's what they take everybody up in. Black Square just released that caravan here. Let's close this tablet. And I think what we'll do, our speed looks good. Our elevation isn't too bad. Let's go ahead and turn our landing light on. I'm running late here. Gotta get offline. We're gonna come out to this water, and then we'll bring her around. It's kind of tight. We came in a little close to the airfield so we could check out the traffic. You want to be a little wider. Gosh, it was a beautiful flight this morning. It's a shame that we couldn't get all the way back to Akron, but...
Since we're right over Miller Airport in North Benton, Ohio, let me tell you about this classic little airfield. Miller Airport, designated K4G3, has been serving general aviation since the
I used to
mid-20th
eat lunch
century.
here as
It's
a
a
kid.
favorite
They had a
spot
great
for
diner.
local pilots and aviation enthusiasts. Think of it as the neighborhood hangout for anyone who loves the smell of avgas in the morning. The airport has a single asphalt runway and is surrounded by beautiful Ohio farmland, which makes for some pretty scenic approaches and
Launched my
departures.
kayak right there.
Small airports like this are the backbone of American aviation, and you never know what kind of interesting aircraft you might spot parked on the ramp.
Strange to see where you live from this perspective. Or places you've been sometimes. That's what makes the sim so interesting to me. How you can just get up here, kind of get a different view. Alright, well, let's watch my nose here. The sun is blinding me. There's the runway straight ahead, off to our right a little bit. Couldn't see it when we came around. Alright, our power looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and add a notch of flaps. And turn our fuel pump on. I should have switched tanks already. This is where I would have in our journey normally anyway. And let's see, we're trimmed up pretty good here. Just line up on the runway and bring our power down. Get over here and give her a second notch of flaps. Try to shave off some of this altitude with a little slip. Just a tiny bit of slip. There we go, looking good. I'm gonna bring the power back up a little bit because I added that second notch of flaps. And straightening the rudders out. Coming in a little high. Close up. Might be too high. He's squeezing her in here too tight. Here we go. No. Oh, she's coming in too much, too much. We're gonna have to do a go round. That was a terrible approach. I rushed it, and now I can't land. I even touch it down a little there. You feel that? That's terrible. That's terrible, terrible piloting right there. Let's do our go round. I don't have time for a full go round. Oh man, see? Thank goodness. In real life though, I would just be late. I can't use I was on the sim as an excuse to be late for work. It's crazy. I'll come up and bring it around. Put those flaps back up.
Alliance traffic, November 348, Romeo departing runway 1, Alliance.
Oh, I should have announced my go round. Can we kill the throttle? One notch of flaps. We're gonna video game this thing into the runway today, unfortunately. Which is not what I like to do. I do it. Like everybody. Gosh, what a beautiful little airfield, right? Just hidden, tucked away out here. Look at that. Ooh, watch those trees coming in. Okay, nose up. Power down. We're down on the ground. Here outside of Alliance, Ohio. We are about 8 minutes from my childhood home. I used to ride my bike to this airport and have lunch. Oh no. This isn't that airport. This is a different one. This is Miller. This is where there was the bait shop. This is where I used to come buy bait. Get ice cream. There's a gun shop right next door. Alright, let's bring her over here and shut her down. It was a beautiful morning. That was not the flight I intended, but you know, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow and see where the jam takes you. Listen to the music. Okay, I guess we're gonna pull over here. Piper Sierra, Alpha Echo Kilo, Miller traffic, clear, runway 60. Taxiing to parking. Miller traffic. Okay, let's go ahead and get shut down here. And turn off the comms and the radios. Okay, repeato heat. Be off. Have that on a switch. Get our lights down. Turn everything off here. Ooh, fuel pump should be off. Why it sounded so noisy. I could hear it running that time. Flaps are down. Maybe we should be set to neutral. We were. Everything looks good here. Let's go ahead and set it all the way to idle, and we will slowly run out the mix. Oh, let's turn the avionics all the way off first. Slowly run down the mix. I saw I did not turn it. Go. Just as we powered it down. All right. So we're down. We'll turn our magnetos off. Fuel pump to, or I mean, fuel tanks off, fuel lines off, alternator and battery. Put our tablet up. Shift, oh, silly. All right, we'll put our chocks on and our tie downs on. We're gonna be a while at work today. Everything looks happy and healthy. Turn our tablet off. We don't drain the battery. Beautiful morning. Here we are outside of Alliance, Ohio, at the Miller Airport. Grateful for this time in the sim. Thanks for riding along with me. Have a wonderful day.